I was on my knees under her desk when I heard her whisper something I never expected. "Be honest," she said softly. "Am I pretty?" I froze, because I wasn't supposed to see the photo on her screen. And she wasn't supposed to sound scared. Most people see a CEO and think confidence, power, control. They don't imagine loneliness. My name is Daniel Harris. I'm a single dad, and I fix computers for a living. Since my wife passed away, it's just been me and my daughter, Sophie. I work long hours because rent doesn't care about grief, and kids don't wait for healing. That morning, I was sent to a high-rise downtown, one of the biggest companies in the city. I expected security checks and cold looks. What I didn't expect was her. She was younger than I imagined. Calm, polite, and tired in a way money can't fix. Her computer had crashed right before a board meeting. As I worked, she took a call, and that's when her screen flickered back on. A photo opened automatically. It was a candid picture of her, sitting alone at a cafe. No makeup, eyes distant, the kind of photos that tells the truth. She saw my face change. She turned and followed my gaze to the screen. The room went quiet. She didn't get angry. She just stared at the photo, then looked at me and asked that question. "Am I pretty?" I stood up slowly. "Yes," I said, "but you look like someone who never gets to be themselves." That hit something. She sat down in her giant CEO chair and suddenly looked small. "No one's ever said that to me," she whispered. I shrugged. "I have a daughter. She asks questions like that too." Her eyes softened. "You're a single dad." Her name was Evelyn. I fixed her computer, but neither of us moved. She asked about Sophie. I told her about bedtime stories and how my daughter sleeps with one sock on. Evelyn laughed. A real, genuine laugh. Before he left, she asked me to come back the next day. That day turned into a week, and the week turned into a routine. I fixed servers. She brought coffee. One evening, I mentioned Sophie had a school recital, but I couldn't get off work. Evelyn didn't hesitate. "Take the time," she said. "I'll cover it." A month later, Sophie met her at the park. Evelyn watched her play like it was the most important thing in the world. Sophie ran up there on her knees and said, "You look sad sometimes." I apologized, but Evelyn just said, "She's right." That night, she told me everything. Her parents died young. She built the company from nothing. Success came fast, but love didn't. Weeks later, Evelyn started changing. She stopped wearing makeup to work. The press noticed. One article called her unfocused. Another called her emotional. She called me late one night. "I might lose everything," she said. I didn't know what to say, so I just said the only honest thing I could. "My daughter will still think you're beautiful." There was a long silence. Then she cried. I thought the hardest part was over. I was wrong. 3 weeks after that, Evelyn stopped answering my messages. My access badge stopped working. My supervisor pulled me aside. "Daniel, they don't need you anymore." No explanation, just gone. That night, I saw the headline on my phone. CEO accused of improper relationship with contractor. Below it was a photo of me and Evelyn, twisted into something ugly. It was a betrayal. Evelyn finally called. Her voice was guarded. "They're using you," she said. "They're saying I favored you." I laughed, a bitter sound. They fired me. 2 days later, we met at a law firm. "They want me to cut ties," she said, her eyes unreadable. "Publicly, they're threatening to remove me as CEO." I nodded slowly. "Then do it," I said. "You don't have to choose me. We'll survive. We always do." The next day, she released a cold, formal statement, distancing herself from me. I lost work. People judged. My daughter asked why people were saying mean things about her dad online. Weeks passed. Then Evelyn resigned. Publicly. She stood in front of cameras and told the truth, that the board had pressured her, that they'd weaponized a friendship. The board was removed. Evelyn was offered her job back. she declined. That evening, she showed up at my door. No makeup, no title, just Evelyn. I betrayed you by staying silent, she said. I won't ask you to forgive me. My daughter, Sophie, walked up and said, my daddy is brave, but brave people get tired. Evelyn knelt, down tears, spilling. I know, she whispered. That's why I'm here. She didn't ask for a second chance. She offered accountability. I looked at her and said, the right time is when you stop pretending. She smiled, a real smile, and I realized sometimes redemption isn't about winning. It is about walking away and finally becoming who you were before the world told you to hide.